Carol Roth here for Goldline. Today I'm going to tell you a fairy tale, but it's kind of like the ones from the 1800s. It's a little bit grim. The following content does not constitute financial investment or tax advice. It is being provided for informational purposes only. You should consider any investment based on your own financial position, risk tolerance, and other factors. Please consult your own advisors before making any decision to invest. Once upon a time, there was a bunch of central planners that had their eyes on creating more power for themselves and transferring wealth to their friends and associates. These planners, who thought of themselves as intellectually superior to your average human being, were, of course, not so. However, that didn't stop them from their nefarious plans and actions, all in the name of power. Their plans worked until they didn't. Their plans and actions had real economic consequences, from inflating the value of assets to historic inflation, as well as social and political impacts. Then these planners messed with energy policy. Energy, which is at the center of global human flourishing, created a big financial and power-grabbing opportunity, no pun intended, for these planners and their cronies. The problem is that they had no scalable proposed alternative to swap out. It would be like attacking and stopping the production of a life-saving medicine for the promise of a future life-saving wonder drug being peddled by a scammer. As these central planners sought to put out some of the fires that they had caused, new ones predictably sprung up. As the Fed continues to raise interest rates, countries that import energy, which is priced primarily in US dollars, well, they need to raise more and more dollars to buy energy. This further weakens these countries' currencies, creating more havoc for their home economies. It also strengthens the dollar, which creates a sort of feedback loop as the cycle is repeated. This has led countries and groups around the globe to plead with the Fed to stop hiking interest rates. Now, with all of this, the Fed is facing some clear choices. They can choose some combination of pausing their rate hikes or even quantitative tightening plans. They can even reverse course into quantitative easing. That likely helps but doesn't guarantee saving the EU, the UK, and other countries from currency crises and extra economic pain. Here in the US, pausing the Fed's current actions could allow for the recessionary pressures to be shallower and shorter in duration. But however, it might likely keep inflation higher for longer, creating a long-term stagflationary environment at home. I think that a paused or slower Fed approach would probably engender the best of some not-so-great courses of action. There are many outside forces right now around the globe that are creating natural demand destruction. More importantly, the inflation issues that we're facing remain very supply-side oriented, and the Fed can't print labor or oil the way they printed dollars, so their tools are kind of useless and potentially very damaging. And we know the Fed isn't going to receive any help from the Biden administration. The administration remains committed to overspending and running huge trillion-dollar-plus deficits. The Fed does not have a great track record playing chicken. They did so with inflation, and it led to 40-plus-year historic highs. It's a dangerous game with a dangerous player. So our fairy tale ends with either the big bad wolf eating grandma, but maybe not Little Red Riding Hood, or it ends with the wolf burning the house down with everyone inside. There's not exactly a happy ending to this story. In the short term, preparing for all scenarios is critical. Engaging in some personal austerity and keeping some of your capital as dry powder can help you prepare for the aftermath. Both scenarios seem prime for physical gold ownership long term. Either currencies worldwide are destroyed slowly or very rapidly. Gold can potentially be a hedge against that as a long-term store of value, or maybe even the backbone of a financial reset, depending on the scope of the Fed's actions. Now, if you need help in adding to your gold, silver, and other metals positions, please consider giving my friends at Goldline a ring for some help. In fact, if you call Goldline at 800-319-9533 or visit goldline.com, they have a special offer for their Betsy Ross Freedom Round, which was designed by me and is exclusively available through Goldline. With a qualified purchase, get one copper Betsy Ross Freedom Round free with every silver one you purchase. Just mention this special offer, 800-319-9533 or goldline.com. When you read a scary story, don't hide under the covers. Let it inform you and empower you to take some action. I'm Carol Roth for Goldline. I'll see you next time. The views and opinions expressed in this video are those of Carol Roth and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Goldline or its parent company or affiliates. These views and opinions may have been previously disseminated in other media.